Action Pants Gaming.
Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing pots together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
All right. Well, good morning and greetings to all you travelers, and of course all you builders out there. It's me, Kevin C, here yet again at Action Pants Gaming. On normally a Tuesday build and chill, but today we're gonna be remembering some of our lost traveler friends. Two games, and unfortunately recently John Vardy. And I know that there have been others in the past. But you know, we were very close to these two. We knew them, spoke with them, helped each other out, community. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to get too downy. Remembering should also be positive stuff. I was working during the official date of Zoo, but if I'm to be 100% honest, I'm not clear on exactly what date that is. I'm one of those people who I just remember when I remember, and I think about these people periodically in my life. So, because I knew them. And yeah, all right. It is Tuesday. It is, oh my goodness, it is July the 1st of 2025. And I've got about 2 minutes after the 10 a.m. hour, at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you are sitting there in the past, and some are even in the future. And this is why time to me is such a weird thing. But whatever present you happen to be in as you're watching this, I do hope it's going good for you. All right, let's start off with a couple of things before we get into doing some stuff. I'm going to be searching for a spot to build for John Barty. I'm going to try to see if I can visit. I think I have some glyphs for one, but I have to be very careful because I've been asked to not share them currently. But I would like to at least do a walkthrough for that, or maybe get on his channel and show one of his videos, something. And then Zoo, we're gonna start reworking the kaleidoscope with some of the newer things, and try to freshen up the kaleidoscope on Zoo's memorial build. Give it a little facelift. Since he is not here to see the new stuff, I can put that in the memorial area. Although I'm always curious, because I pop in there periodically, just one, to look at the kaleidoscope, and two, to just kind of remember Zoo and hang out in the area, bounce around, look at other other memorial builds. So yeah. All right, but like I said, we're going to get to a couple of things first. We do have the new beacon patch 5.73. We're going to go over some of that. There's absolutely nothing about building in there, so we as builders really need to get on Zendesk and start blasting through on that, because the build mechanic oftentimes gets left sort of behind, and then we're forced to kind of deal and adapt. But I'm hoping we can do something with it. Anyway, so I'm going to go through some of the list. I'm sure people have already seen it, but that was an update this morning, which was really great. On PC anyway. And then I was doing some stuff last night, just going through my saves to see what there was in all my different saves. And I ended up in a spot that had some really great terrain. Not what I'm looking for necessarily, but I was just kind of blown away by the major change in the terrain. And, it really kind of struck me with this one planet. And then another planet, like a dead planet of all things. And also, I'm on a gas giant in an early save without finishing. And I don't know if they changed that and you can just get into purple systems now if you have the drive, or if you still have to complete the game. If anyone knows, please let me know. So, with that said, let's get on over to chat real quick and say hello to anybody who might be awake on a Tuesday and available at at least 10 a.m. from where I'm sitting. We got Grammy. Hey, Grammy, what's up? Man, I hit you up last night. I did not hear back. We've got Krusty Boots. Welcome, Christy. We've got the Gamble Wolf. Welcome, welcome. And that's who we've got at the moment in chat. Anybody lurking, thanks for spending some of your time here. I do appreciate it. We will get to some building today, obviously. You know, we'll see. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to just rush one, but I know what I'm going to do. So that should work to our advantage. But you know me, it takes me a while. And, you know, if I'm doing a rework on zoos, you know, I want to make sure it looks good, you know. But we have some, you know, new ideas and whatnot. I'd like to put them in there. Anyway, with that said, and we got Dashboard Devil. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so with that said, let me get to the patch notes. For those of you who have not seen this, thank you to everyone playing No Man's Sky Beacon, especially those taking the time to report any issues that they encounter via Zendesk or console crash reporting. We are listening closely to your feedback and have identified and resolved a number of issues. And let me tell you, holy mackerel, a number of issues. One bad meat, what's going on? These fixes are included in patch 5.73, which is now live on Steam and will be coming to other platforms as soon as possible. So we got added Starship Fabricator, Utility Desk, Class, landing pads, and settlements. Fix an issue that could cause interactions with autophage settlement visitors to influence the player's standing with other alien races. Fix a issue that could cause, and by the way, I looked through this, nothing for building or graphics that I could see. I did skim, but definitely nothing for building. Fix a rare issue that could cause an unowned settlement to display missing information in its overview page. Adding options for settlement tower buildings to sweep for distress signal coordinates. Fix a number of issues which could cause some settlement data to initialize incorrectly. Fixed an issue that prevented the settlement marker from appearing if a mission corresponding to different settlement. Yeah, all right. So this is a lot of settlement stuff. I'm not going to read the whole thing. This will be in like 20 minutes of me reading, and you don't want that, I don't think. Hey, Delta Creator, welcome, welcome. Andre Vendel, welcome. Like I said, we're going to be doing a... Damn it, I knew I forgot to do something this morning. Shoot. I might be able to do it during break. I was spending time making the thumbnail, and then, you know, life. I had to do laundry, woke up late this morning, my day got started late. Anyway, so as I was scrolling through this, there's nothing I see for graphics or building mechanic at all. Fix an issue, some older game saves, and limited exo skip yet. Fix an issue that prevented the loop and grass base decoration from being placed. I didn't see that. Didn't use it, so I don't know. HUD. Trace metal. Oh, okay. Fix an issue that prevented the mission 8, a trace of metal from starting. Alright, cool. Maybe I have, maybe that's why I couldn't get rolling on one of my saves. To get to the purple. Purple systems, fixing a rare issue that could allow the first purple system generated during Interstellar Multitude to exist beyond the boundaries of the universe. What? Fixed a rare issue that could allow the first purple system generated during the in stellar multitudes to exist beyond the boundaries of the universe. Not sure I get that. Space anomaly, which prevented previous entity, not as dialogue from being registered as complete. Yeah, but I think that was in 5.72 Gamma Wolf. And actually, we'll go check the city today to see what that looks like. Sections autophage settlement parts should be to appear partly invisible on Xbox. All right, for you Xbox players, that's coming. UI overlap, switch to... Yeah, so again, when loading a mod in EXML format, erase array elements tagged with remove in reverse order to avoid indices. I don't know what that is. We will continue to release patches. All right, Hello Games, thank you for all of your hard work. Please pay attention to some of the build mechanic. One of the big ones too, and if Red Revivalizer shows up, I want to, or anybody who wants to join me, I want to try something. We were hanging out, and he went to go move and enlarge, one of the scaled new parts. And when he went to put it back, it disappeared. And I was wondering if that was because of sometimes it's your build menu. It says you're too far away from your build computer when you're actually not. Oh, hey, look. Grimy. Notice how the @ thingamajiggy isn't going? We were mentioning that yesterday. Yeah, weird. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, nothing with build mechanic or graphic details that I see. But yeah, there's definitely an issue with the building mechanic. I think still, of course, we know the lighting is all off. But we will check that again today. Maybe something happened, within this. So yeah, anyway, okay. Let's get on over to playing. I do want to do some RoboCop. I've been feeling kind of lately, like this whole thing going on with my. Although it feels better today, so it's definitely still there, but it does feel better. So I think I might have just pulled a muscle, which I'm hoping. I won't have to go back into surgery. Like I'm hoping I didn't, tear something or whatever, but we'll see. I'm getting to that age. All right, let's hit on the play button here. So a couple of things I do want to get into here before we get into, trying to visit. I want to start with maybe visiting one of John Vardy's walkthroughs, just to show you how insane these things are, like unbelievable. But I do need to. I do need to make sure of a few things. Like I thought I had. And where is? I thought it was sent a. Now I can't find the conversation. Are you kidding me? Sometimes I get Hey, Sound Officer, welcome by the way. Hey, yeah, where is the? Oh, here it is. Never mind. Okay. Oh no, that's right. But I don't have a way to get that. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Ooh, I don't know if I can get there though. Son of a biscuit. Ah, shoot. All right, I'm gonna have to figure this one out. No, I found him, Chrissy. No, I got him. I just, I forgot what galaxy it was in, and I gotta. So we'll have to do a little bit of work today. That's okay. We planned on it. All right. So I just want to kind of quickly show you some stuff before we get moving on to why we're actually here. Which is for building and just kind of talking about. And actually, you know what? I'm also going to open up my general chat to anyone who wants to talk about Zoo and or John. Zesty, thank you for those. And welcome, Zesty. Did I miss saying hi to Zesty? How horrible of me. Oh, you know what to do. 07. We got Stardust, are you done? Teabags. Andre Vondell, Karaoke, for gifted membership. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm not even sure what those things do, to be honest. I'm like, sure. Plus, Kiwi Pirate kept yelling at me. Oh, please. I actually turned off monetization today because I didn't feel right about that. It felt kind of weird. I'm like, why am I going to monetize this stream? That's just not right. So thank you for that. You did not have to do that, but I much appreciated. Y'all know what to do. I need to get an 07 thing going on somehow. Even if it's just me going, 07! Which it might be. Alright, what am I doing here? Yeah, I'm losing my mind as normal. Y'all are used to that. So, crazy terrain. I should have done crazy train, but then I would have had to build a train there, and I didn't want to build a train. It's already been, well, it's all already been done, just always different, you know what I mean? Oh, Canada Day. Well, happy Canada Day, Justin. Welcome. Gunboat Willie, welcome. All right, so this is not the crazy train, but I had forgotten about this. It was a very nice view. And then I came here, you know, because I was trying to kind of clean up saves and everything. Oh, that's true. Good point. Although I am probably one of the worst in remembering to do anything, including breathe sometimes. But if somebody wants to, do I see Dark Hellboy? Hey, Dark Hellboy, welcome. But if somebody wants to hit me up on Discord and tell me what those might be, that would be great. I think everybody these days is in need of charity. Economies and rent and all that crud. You know, nope, not gonna go there. I know better. What to do? So I want to do something like this for Zoo because it's a combination of the two. You know, the that lighting style and the warbly bit, the boundary seal, or the warbly bits. So I kind of want to rework what I did for Zoo with, you know, maybe an outer border like this, and then, you know, some of the other stuff we got going on. So yeah, you know, which is basically, I think a rework of the 616 Dream Machine. So you know, we can use that for some reference if need be. Anyway, on to this really amazing terrain in my mind. Because it's the most natural I've seen in a way. I didn't see any like flat plain areas, but then again, I didn't fly around the whole planet. So I'm kind of curious about that too. Are they, you know, involved? I wonder if they will put multiple biomes in No Man's Sky. I'm curious about that. I wonder if they even can, to be honest. But all right, let's get to this terrain I was talking about. And let's see if we also notice anything when we start building later. Texture issues, it's always a thing. Yeah, again, the textures for building look off on the parts. They look blurry. They do not look proper. And I thought there was going to be a... a base teleport module in here, but apparently not. We can fix that real easy. All right, so big ass mountains. Wait till you see this. I thought this was really, really quite interesting. Like it was like, how do I put it? And then I ran into something that reminded me of an old school. No, I got to look into that. But no, there was no mention of building stuff at all when it came to. Like, look at this. Ooh, graphically that looks horrible. Yeah, there's textures and things are funky. Although it could have been just, it needed to finish kind of loading in. It may have rushed things a bit. This is weird. Sorry. That kind of weird line here. Hula hoop plants, yeah. But what I was talking about is like, look at this mountain. And just the way the terrain looks. I mean, plus the view is pretty great. It's just very different than a lot of what I remember, as of recent, even with some of the terrain updates. I would like to see like it come down to, and it sort of does, it's not very flat, but it does definitely has valleys, and it's pretty wild. I couldn't believe how big that mountain was. And it's not like just those spike mountains, you know what I mean? This where like it's tall because you're down in a valley. This kind of felt more mountainous. Although it doesn't, oops, banging my mic around. It doesn't kind of, I guess taper down, if you will. It's very very wall-like, but still really, really neat. And then what was also kind of interesting to me, and I hadn't seen yet, and this is what you get when all you do is build and you don't explore. And this is barely a save. Baloney, I was there the other day. I was just here yesterday. Oh, I didn't land. That's right. But one of the first times I saw a dead planet that had this kind of did I just find what I need? Oh my goodness. This is pretty darn close. It's not the usual, but we might be able to make this work. Maybe not. But see how, crag... maybe. It's tough to say. But it's just really, really neat how much more the terrain is varied and more natural looking than it used to be. And especially from when it first started out. My goodness. The terrain was so different. I'm glad that I believe it's Jason Plays who is doing sort of a... Yeah, also put in textures look blurry and offset. Right on, Hellboy. But wow, look at this. I may have found a planet. Didn't even realize that I came here yesterday. It was dark and I couldn't see squat. All I saw was the craggly bits. But this is pretty wild. Yeah, hey, I may have found, yeah, this right here would work. I mean, it's a little wider than I would like. And, I mean, yeah, we've seen, I mean, this would work for something. Yes and no. It's a little too wide. All right. Wanted to show you all that first planet. To me, that was pretty wild. All right, we're gonna do a couple of quick checks just because, and then I gotta get out of the save in order to do that. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing another list. Snap points offset, which lets me know that the textures are probably offset. Oh, just things. Oh, that's kind of neat, probably. I just like that, how it's so varied, and then you get these tall mountains, and then you go down into the, you know, they've really done some incredible work on this game in general. But, you know, the terrain. I remember the freshly mowed lawns, the manicured planets we would all go visit. Yeah, and then I have an early game gas giant. Like, I don't understand how this came about. And I had already had a base here, and I don't remember if it wasn't from I don't believe it was from an expedition. It might be. Where's my ship? It is. Okay, never mind. I'm like, I have nothing in this save. I'm like, where did this come from? But yeah, the ship gives it away. No worries, Hellboy. Yeah, this is from the expedition. Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Never mind. You know, it's late night. Close to bedtime. Okay, now let me see. I know I have a save where I can get to the galaxy that has John Vardy's walkthrough, I believe. But let's find out. I wish I had... Yes, I do. Pretty sure I do. Yep, I do. Perfect. But that doesn't mean I've got a... is this all alphabetical by galaxy? It looks like it. It certainly does. No, it is not. I think... Yep, that's the one. Alright, I gotta find a... I gotta find a... what's that thing, you know, the portal? Alright, make sure I don't have another one in that galaxy. I don't believe I do. I'm only there. Nope, I do. Right here. Sorry. You gotta do these things, you know? Alright, we're gonna have to find a portal. Yeah. Yep. It will take a minute. And I am underwater apparently. Alright, so I'm gonna need, whoa, hey, a bunch of stuff I don't have. Whoa! Gonna need some of those charts. Yes, I am indeed. Oh, wait. Alright, where's all this? Just keep... Oh, no, I have some. Nice. Aha. If you have not seen one of John Vardy's walkthroughs, you're in for a treat. They're pretty wild. And he always asks me to do one. Like, you should do one. I'm like, you know, that's your thing, bro. I can barely get through one of my own. Never mind when you see these, how much work they take. You're like, holy crud. All right. Boodly boot we need. Yes. Devante, what's going on?
Thanks.
Are you high?
Oh, you kidding? A little bit, yes.
Video games and drugs? Those two things don't mix.
Shut up.
What's going on? Alien Ruin, nice. Am I still in large ship proximity? Let's see it. All right. Let's warp on over here. If you want to hear game sounds, let me know. I can turn them up. Star Wizard, what's going on? Flickering embers appear on the stone. Although I do not recognize the language, somehow I can read of the history of this strange planet and the Gek who once resided here. The foul scent of the Gek cannot be opposed. The first spawn commands all it surveys. We are masters of the stars. Our rule shall endure eternally. The Viking and Korvax scar and despair in our name. Boop, boop. Let's get ourselves a portal, shall we? It's not showing up for you, Christy? What about if I'm there and you visit and you hit the base computer?
Does the Valley of Light
Oh,
side show up for you?
you have an echo going on there. Oh, good. At least the chat's working on my OBS. I was worried about that.
Is it gone?
Your game chat is probably on. Would be my guess. I don't know, but I am getting an echo. Alien artifact. What am I looking for? Alien monolith, right? Alien monolith. And I should get a portal here anyway in this galaxy. Wouldn't hurt. There are a few people in it. I know a couple. Some of us were like, all right, Euclid's getting crowded. Really not at all, because it's gigantic. But
Did that fix any?
no, but let me look at my end of things
That is
as
so
well.
weird because everything's muted.
Huh. Could be on my end too. No, you're just coming through the chat channel. Huh. Well, I'm not worried about it. I put up with another one of these. Come on, we're just at one of these. No, okay, all right, that works. If there's no echo in chat in over the stream, then I don't really care then. I can put up with it. I don't like the color. A little odd. Yeah, shake, screams, yeah, weep. Yeah, Chrissy, don't worry about it. It is not important because I haven't been back in a little bit, but no. That's not. I'm not putting up with Christy. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. Please come back in the chat. It makes no difference. What I mean by put up with it is, if it's on my end, your end, it doesn't matter. I will deal with it because it's just a little echo. It makes no difference to me.
Okay. The dogs were barking there too, so I had to mute for that for sure.
Yeah. And as long as it's not coming out over chat and becoming, or I mean, over the stream and becoming an issue, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, people are like, whoa, hold on, it's, you know, too loud or something, we can't hear, you know. But if they're saying it sounds fine, then let's just let it sound fine.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't rattle mind. All right.
My husky's deciding he wants to talk though.
Huskies always want to talk.
Yeah.
Didn't we just do this? Is this like the only thing that's gonna come up? Oh, please. Don't make me do this. Oh, alien ruin. But that's what we've been finding. What am I missing? Is there something else I need to...
You can do up to 5 of those, get 5 different things.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
1. If it keeps pushing the same one, then there's a Zendesk. Hey, look at that. What do we find? Ancient plaque. We don't need that one, right? It's the ancient monolith we need. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dentist would be proud.
Actually, you know what? This might be on my side.
How are you?
Hello, sweetie. Hello, buddy.
Good. Hey, how you doing? Oh, wait, alien monolith.
I hope I'm not intruding.
Nope, not at all. But actually, I do need to figure out why I am multiple here. Super hot in Florida. Yeah, it's hot everywhere. I'm hot even where I'm at in the East Coast.
I heard this really, really amazing theory today. that there's a sort of, it might be a state governor or something. Say, let's make a prison out in the swamp. You're allowed to run away, but we're not going to shoot at you. But let the gators get. I'm not advocating for it or anything. I just thought it was a fun idea.
A swamp prison. Prison
Yeah.
swamp.
Out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, out in the middle of the Everglades down in Florida. They even showed the spot that they wanted to do it. Shoot, go figure.
Yeah, it was just the back at a tattoo shop I used to work at. We used to have a saying, karma's a bitch, but only if you are.
No regrets.
All right, so we got the monolith. All right, perfect. We're actually making some progress faster than I thought we were going to. All right, alien monolith. The alligator prison. Gator prison.
The idea is sound, is what I was saying.
I would agree. All right, I got to figure out how to deal with this echo, though. Because it is on my end. It is on my end. Because there was an update, as usual, and it messed with my audio settings, as usual. For no apparent reason.
I have a reason. It usually happens every time I join your voice chat.
Yeah, right? No guards, no offense. Just gators if you leave. I mean, hey, if you make it, you earned it, right?
No, I'm saying every time that I seem to join your voice chat, you seem to have some audio problems. So
No, it's there's always audio issues. It's like the most common thing, it seems, in PC world is like, you know, your user settings get changed with updates, and you're like, well, shouldn't it just know that?
That's why consoles rock.
That's why, yeah, console does help with that sort of thing. That is for sure. Hold on, I'm going to bring up my other audio source thingamajiggy and see if that will help. Ah, well, that's the problem. There you are. You look nothing like you're supposed to. Alright. Can you say something?
Can you hear me better?
Ah, there we go.
Will I not drive you crazy? Is it fixed?
Nope, I figured it out. Yeah, I had to bring up my other audio source adjustment.
Okay.
I thought I'd done something wrong there.
Nope. Actually, I'm glad it happened. Now I got it fixed. We're good to go.
All right.
Life is rolling.
That's what she said.
Wow, look at that tree. Yeah, I miss exploring. I gotta start exploring. I mean, I've been doing a little exploring, but it's usually in, you know, looking for specific things, not just enjoying the explore. You know what I mean?
It's
Enjoying the
interesting.
journey itself, if you will.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
What's a secret?
Anyone either?
Huh?
Nip Nip? Do you need Nip Nip? Kiwi, I have Nip Nip. Have some. It's Canada Day.
Canada Day.
Happy
Canada.
Canada Day.
That's
As
right.
I look upon the
Canadiana.
ancient
I know.
relic,
I actually know part of the
a
Canadian.
strange feeling grips hold of me. My vision begins to
so
swim. I am here, but not here. Oxada Sreboxamili Vfort Impisses Fall. Not awake. Yeah, you got that right. Menu Gifrild Fall. Not fever. The ancient structure swings open to reveal the body encased in
Did you
ice.
know most of the world has changed all of their national anthems?
Really?
Yeah.
You've been stitched. Hold on. I gotta answer this right or they won't give me the good stuff. The ancient structure swings open to reveal the body encased in ice. It is a patchwork of
Go
different
visit
body
your drug
parts.
dealer.
Its ragged beak appears to have been stitched on with animal gut. A handwritten sign in the language of the ancient traders can be seen above the body's head. Some sort of fuel would most likely melt the ice. Melt the ice. Flicker opened its hand, sleep around my throat. With a struggle, I forced it back into the depths of the disappearing monolith. Uh-oh. So I did that wrong, right? I should have left it alone?
Hang on. I'm going to turn my TV off so you don't get a reverb.
That's right. Yeah, damn it. All right, so I'm going to restart. Restore point. Because that should bring my getting out of the ship, right? That's a restore point, if I'm not mistaken. It better be. Or we're going to have to do all that over again. Sweet. And since there is always chat lag, you can't be like, don't do that in time. All right,
Is it better? Can't hear my TV anymore in the
Oh,
background?
I couldn't hear it before anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, it was
Abandon
kind of
life
loud
form.
because I was...
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Here comes Dash.
Yep, yep.
What?
Portal. Portal.
Oh,
Hello.
it's not DoorDash. Where's my food, dude?
Don't get talking about food. I'm starving.
What are we
Marvin,
ordering
Marvin.
in?
Oh. I don't care what it is, so long as it's got bukus of melted cheese on it.
I've never
Oh,
done
pizza
a
it is.
DoorDash
Buku cheese.
or any of that sort of thing. You're
But
gonna
if we
make
wanna
me
be
get.
correct-
You know, I was just gonna warp to the portal, and what happens? All these ships start warping in right in my face. Like, what the heck? You know?
Buku
Got no regard for
fromage.
traffic safety. Just warping in.
I forgot I knew that word.
Which word? Traffic safety?
Bukus.
Oh, cuckoo.
It's a very Southern American word. I'd never heard it before.
Well-
Before I lived in South Carolina, and it was just bukus of this and bukus of that, and I'm like,
And the
what
only time I ever
hell
hear
is
that is with
Well,
money or
in
buku
f-
bucks.
In French, beaucoup means a lot.
Ah, that's why.
Oh.
Je l'aime beaucoup. Je l'aime beaucoup. I love them a lot. I love
Ah,
it a lot.
Petit
Beaucoup
wonton.
fromage.
Petit
Lots of
fromage.
cheese.
Little cheese.
Mm.
All right. So I'm going to have to do something here because I was asked not to share these portal glyphs. So I will respect the wishes.
Which one? Are you going to
I don't know. Whichever one you
the
gave me the
picture
glyphs
that I
to.
sent you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Go ahead. You can share that one. That one's no problem. It was this one that was just on our.
Well,
timer
just to
tab.
make sure, I will.
Because he's
I
got
will. Ugly mug time. There's my camera, right where it always is. Just to make sure that I'm not. Of course, I want to respect the wishes. It is the one in Odalawa, and it says, please don't share quartz on this picture. And then I have one for Galaxy 10, which I don't know what Galaxy 10 is. So, what is your wish? You there? Hello? Oh, I'm not in chat. I don't have my open chat here, which I should probably do. Give me 1 second. We'll get that working in here. I'll try to anyway. Hold on. All these crazy things. All right, sorry. So
You could
that's what I
mute it
have.
if you wanted to.
That's the ones I have. So it says do not share the glyphs. Is it
Yeah,
okay
the
to share it or
H-Wonder
no?
one. You can do it if people will just not upload
So
it
don't
into the
squint
since
like
don't
that.
wanna
You
lose
look
them.
like you're a real. You're on something otherwise.
Which system are we talking about?
I'm here right now, so if you wanted to join in, you could
Okay.
join me.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna.
There's nothing like being able to walk
To
through.
walk through it. Yeah, that was
because,
kind of what I was
yeah,
thinking.
It's like
Okay, if
yeah.
you don't mind me sharing this, are you 100%
I will be fine with it as long as
people are
people
respectful?
that
Yes.
I please beg of you, because the Valley of Light one I can't get again right now, and
Okay.
so I'm
I
hoping
can't
that'll.
wait to poke all the faults in it.
That,
Respectfully.
That sounds like it needs to be a secret.
Second here.
Everyone knows that.
All right. Are we there? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Hear me? Is that the one I want? One more time. Sorry, y'all. A little technical sort of difficulties here. We'll get there. We will get there, I promise.
He's not angelic behind himself because he's moved his head. Now he looks chaotic.
Well, no, he's a techno angel.
Techno Angel, is that? Oh, you're talking my
Yeah.
the full one.
The back screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, your kaleidoscope. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I could stare at that for eternity.
That's the 616 Dream Machine, by the way, and we have 16 people in chat in view
Wow.
currently.
Wow.
Dusty, did I get the joke?
All right, there we
Technically,
go.
no angel.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Satan himself is an angel cast out of the heavens.
Okay. All right, we're good. I got the chat in
Absolutely.
here. On the fly. See, I'm getting better at this a little bit.
I like my angels a little scruffy.
Scruffy angel in the sky. All right, now
Sounds
that we
like a
got that-
cartoon. I got rejected for Hanna-Barbera or something.
All right, so now I got to do.
Scruffy angel.
I'm just gonna throw the glyphs in here, and then we'll head out into the universe.
So I've
I
been
mean,
trying
because
to
the
track
glyphs
down
are
this
gonna show up a
movie,
little
and I
bit when
think
I
you
go
all
into
know it.
camera mode. That's the one thing I was concerned about.
I know we can see your nose hairs.
Can you? That's not good.
No. He's giving you a hard time.
I'm just
Well,
giving
yeah,
the hard time.
they're going all the way down over my lip.
I know.
All right, hopefully I put this in right.
I killed my clippers. I've been getting a little bit shaggy lately.
Oh,
I
nope,
killed
I
my
didn't.
clippers. Night trying to
Damn it.
clip
You didn't.
on my
No.
face and things. They just died. They said no.
I wish you could back out of when you're
You're
putting
doing
in
well.
glyphs.
Yeah, backing up.
Yeah,
would be great.
And if anybody can't be heard out there in chat, please let me know to bump up some audio if need be.
Can I quickly say hi to the most amazing community ever? You guys are all awesome, and you all deserve a big Kiwi hug and a beer.
Right on.
Who said I wasn't nice? I dare you to tell me.
Sometimes.
Alright, I hope this is it.
What was that dash? Sometimes.
Alright. Trying. trying to get this rolling here. So that way when I switch to the full face, if we have something going on in chat, it doesn't just go silent. And then I can't even hear it.
That's the way we like it. That way we get to make fun of you.
This is true. Alright.
But that's all the fun of it, isn't it? We get to make fun of each other, and it's okay.
Why does this not look
Everybody
right?
takes offense.
Shouldn't I have ended up on another planet? What
Yeah.
is going on here?
Let's see.
Was I already on the planet? No. It can't be.
I don't see it.
What
I'm
the,
from the future, and I didn't even foresee
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
what the fluffernutter?
Make sure that
Alright,
you
what
have
galaxy
the right
am I
one.
in for starters?
This
I'm in
one.
Nesperatu. I'm in the wrong galaxy. That would explain a few things. But didn't it? I
I
know.
gotta find my glasses.
All right, hold
to
on.
find my
Something
glasses.
might be getting mislabeled then, because I know I picked Ojuwelawatu, or however you say it. Ojuwelawatu.
Lutai.
So okay, I can't hear somebody. That sounds like another voice here. Who is that?
I just jumped out of That was my fault. Sorry, I
No,
didn't mean to.
I'm just missing.
I shut it down real quick.
I'm missing somebody's voice. It's quiet.
Was
in
it
the
Dash?
background. It might be.
Was it me?
It is Dash.
Oh.
All right, that's fine.
Kind of quiet there, Dash.
Do you remember what galaxy this is showing up as, Dash?
It says Odia Lutai.
Yeah, however that's pronounced.
We're here if you want to
Just
join
you?
Kevin.
Yeah, let's
or-
just do
yeah.
that. I think that's going to make things a lot easier.
And if it rendering or anything's bad, then
Actually, let me get back to,
I can leave.
yeah, and hopefully with this new patch, there's not some sort of weird multiplayer issue going on.
Oh, Dash is here.
Yeah,
It hasn't seemed like it's changed at
in the
all.
same instance, in the same group.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rare. No, seriously, like to be in the same instance, that's about as. Excuse me, that rarely happens.
Come on, Zesty, that's really mean, you know, like he just learned his ABZs.
His APGs. That's basically learning how to build a circle with the CPR and, making a kaleidoscope, I guess.
I am hooked.
Have you learned
on
your
fire.
APGs yet? What's that? Build a circle, put a bunch of crap in it.
No, I haven't. Are you teaching?
I'm always teaching. You just gotta ask.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask me. We're gonna be working
Yeah.
something like we're gonna be reworking zoos shortly, hopefully.
Oh, nice.
Depending
Nice.
on how
No,
long
I
this
like
takes.
my little crooked wooden box. It's nice.
All right.
Awesome. I
That's all I
heard this
need.
is what was going on. This is why I joined, and I would love to be part of that because I only met him for a very short time,
And I'm quitting out,
I would
starting
love
over.
to be part of the remembrance and everything. And I'm being actually respectful and nice instead of being a smart ass.
I'm just gonna refresh the game in
Yeah.
general.
Zoo probably would
sure.
have referred you as a smartass.
Yes, he did enjoy it. We had a few laughs. I gave him a hard time about his bald head, even though I'm bald.
I'm thinking about shaving my head for the summer. I need a haircut desperately, and I'm just haircuts these days are expensive.
They are.
They're probably going to have to cut that hat off you.
I know. It's the only way to make me look any good.
Come on, dude. Kev, you're a handsome looking dude. Distinguished. You don't look like a Wookiee like I do.
Sometimes I clean up all right.
It's going on winter, so I haven't shaved for a long time.
See, I'm going into summer.
I think somebody's going to stand on my throat tomorrow when I go to the hairdressers and they're going to pull out
And
a weed whacker or something like that.
and then take a blurry picture of you. All right, nobody got that. That's all right. Nobody got my blurry Bigfoot picture joke there? Come on.
I got it. Yeah. Have you been watching those too?
All
Oh,
right.
that AI Bigfoot one?
No, actually, I haven't.
Just saw those.
He's pretty funny, you know.
Yeah, Bigfoot is pretty hilarious.
All
I nearly
right.
sent it to you today. I nearly sent it to you today, Chrissy.
All right, I'm not even seeing yours, Christy. What's going on here?
That's weird.
And did you join our game? You're not seeing me
I see you,
in the game?
and I see a platform of stuff.
That's
And then
that's like the wrong thing. Where is this at? Did you join Sea Stars?
yeah, Sea Storms, right?
No, it's Christy Butte.
Oh.
Oops.
Oops. I
Uh-oh.
saw the C and I was just like, blarp. There we go. That'll
So
work.
it's
I'm like,
crusty
wait a minute,
Butte.
this don't look right.
Huh?
Crusty Butte. I always mispronunciation.
I go boot.
That's okay.
I go boot. Bestie boot.
I love to hear everything that people pick.
All right, now I'm just waiting for your character.
I think I've told you what how I pronounced it. No.
Yeah,
All right, I see.
I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah.
I know you, Kiwi.
I know,
I
right?
do
Yeah.
believe Delta had his hand in that.
You figure with the camera technology we have today, we finally get a clear picture. All right, just to kind of give you all who have never seen one of these, the sheer size. It's bloody ridiculous. They're huge. And the silly.
No, I think anyone who's played No Man's Sky sort of blew their mind about how the different sizes of planets or moons and things like that, I think we all kind of had an idea, you know.
Can I fly through this? I've never tried.
I
Do
don't
it,
think
do
that
it,
you'll be
do
able
it,
to
do
fly
it,
through
do it.
this one, unless you've got a really tiny ship.
Yeah, I was just thinking I would need a
Even
small
then,
ship.
it's gonna be
yeah. I need one of
questionable.
those ball ships.
Yeah, that might do it.
This is the
You want
last
me to
one
add
that
to
he
this one?
built.
Do another connection point on the other side, on one of the other ends.
I know, that would be awesome. If
I
you'd like
just-
to, that would be so cool,
I
Kevin.
don't know if that would that work. Could we? How would we do that? I just go out what 3,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, that might be what we need to do.
that
I
would
think
be
that
very
would
cool.
be. All right, so everything obviously is
But-
enlarged for these. You can see immediately. Yes, there are some parts that are probably standard scale, obviously, but there's a lot of enlargement going on. Do you want to talk
So
about?
you need small balls to fly through the hole.
Do you want to talk about how some of this is done, or give an overall perspective on?
He's
Oh, it's just-
started with the domes. He puts the dome up on its side, and then he would add the quad planters in each of the little plant holes, and then attach a small floor so that when you deleted the dome, it would the floors would stay to get the circle.
Okay, so he would make a circle in that fashion,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
not like I would do,
Old,
for example.
old school circle.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
And he laid cubes down for as far as
The eye could
he
see.
was gonna make it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the one that we did.
It's a
I
hell
don't
of a
remember
scaffolding.
how long, but yeah. And the scaffolding is like all the way down, and you want to keep like a piece on each, not each ring, but somewhere where you can go back. Like if something were to happen, you could replace an item or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would manipulate pieces and turn them all different ways. And he taught me on that one on the Valley of Light, and that is a super long one. And I miss
Was,
that it's
um,
not showing up.
And now that's part of what
Krusty, was this a live stream that either you or no, it must have been on Zoo. He did something very similar that one of the first times I seen him doing something almost the same as this.
Yeah, this
Oh.
is John's. Zoo did like a lot of the kaleidoscopes and stuff. I didn't see a walkthrough that he had done, but I'm sure that
might be
probably would have.
this one. It might have been another one, but
Well, I know I've featured a few of John's walkthroughs on my streams.
Yeah, and if you go to his
I just
channel,
remember.
and they're
No,
there.
no, it was particularly on his stream. Like one of the first times that I seen him. Crisscross
Oh
put me
yeah.
onto Zoo.
I'm gonna do a camera through, and then we're gonna do a walkthrough, because the walkthrough takes a few minutes,
Yeah,
and we'll see how
Hang on, I'll get a beer. I'll get a
see
beer.
how it renders.
yeah, he did a ton of wonders in this one.
Oh, that's living ship stuff, isn't it? Around the first where you get just starting out, yeah. Guys are so no,
Oh,
yeah.
all right, yeah, camera's gonna
The-
bump
the-
me. All right, here we go.
I remember this from a long time ago. when I was first very, very new here. I remember this.
The trick is
Might
not
have been a
falling
walk.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
He wanted everybody to go through them in first person
Yeah, you can't do
and
this in
to
third.
not rush through, but to enjoy them and look at it. And that was,
Fuck you, Zoo. You're fucking our minds already. Again, afterwards.
That's nice. I like that.
mm,
I didn't mean to swear.
That's all right.
This is almost exactly what I remember going through in a live stream.
you can tell when the wonders hit. Because he was already building this.
Yeah, the
Oh,
wonder
that's
hit
awesome.
very
Yeah, no, we had talked right before I think he started making this one. Okay, good.
Oh, was this? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna shut up because I'm not exactly sure where I've seen this. I'm sure it was Zoo, but it's very, very similar. The way that you just kind of walk through biomes as you're walking through. Don't fall off because you've got to start again.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that
Beautiful. Hey, Wizzy.
butterfly.
That one's
It's
wild.
just so cool.
Nick,
All right, that right there. That's sick. Yeah, I'm stealing that, John.
Star.
We're gonna bring this out. What is that?
You slow down a
Butterfly
little
of
bit.
some
You know,
It's
it's kind of hard to take it all at this.
Yeah, it's a wonder.
Yeah, I
See
remember
what
the
kind
first
of
time.
creature it is.
Yeah, I remember the first time this was shown. It was Enra, Delta, me, Crusty, and about like 4 or 5 others.
But this is what I've
I think
always
I was
said.
lucky.
You know, I mean, you know, when people are like, you know, how did you come up with this, or you know, blah blah blah. What do you do to make them? I'm like, make a circle, put a bunch of crap in it, you know, and you know, this is what I never thought it would turn into what it's turned into, to be honest. But to see the interpretation and what other people do and how they think about, you know, these sort of things, and you know, it's amazing. You know, this is actually making me think.
You stop
maybe-
making it so scary, like I'm gonna get eaten by a bloody kraken or something like that. It looks like the bottom end of an octopus.
And
with-
I've done some
weight in
small
the tentacles.
experimenting with these. Yeah, this is out of sync. That's too bad.
That's awesome. That's so
He did a-
great. But
They did a wonderful job here. They really did. I was there when Crusty was still working on it at times, and you know, so
this one's not
He-
the Valley of Light though. This is one that he was working on.
oh, this is a
He has
different
one
Oh,
one.
yeah,
here,
it
and
has
then I have one
Okay.
on the planet. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I wish it was in sync just because it would be that much more spectacular, you know, but
Yeah. We'd have to probably reload again.
that's all right. Yeah, because that would look better in sync as well.
Mm-hmm.
done everyone who was involved. Virtual high five.
Right? I mean,
This one's
again,
nicer
Well,
if you fall
very
off
late.
because it's not as high up.
I know a lot of times if you look down at some of the ones John's done, you're like, oh, get
Yeah.
ready to go, you know. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done more Wonder Projector versions. I kind of, you know, I was working in the city. I just never, you know, I wasn't doing as many kaleidoscopes.
Mhm.
I was trying to break away from circular stuff, but this is making me go, yeah, now I remember why I do that.
Yeah,
I wish,
they're beautiful.
yeah. You know, I mean, and we'll drop in on my little test version when I was like, yeah, maybe I'll use some of those. All right, now this looks like setup.
Yeah. Let's see.
Or just a really cool break in the, yeah, this
Yeah,
is setup.
see,
That's all. No,
this has
that's all
still got
setup.
the scaffolding because
Yeah.
he didn't get it finished, or if he did, he didn't upload it
Yeah.
after.
That is freaking amazing.
Are these single base computer?
Yeah.
It's basically a 3,000 U walk, almost.
Maybe, I don't know how far this
Yeah,
one
I'm
was.
curious. Yeah.
Kev,
Yes.
run all the way back to the start.
All right. If I fall,
Yeah.
it's your fault.
Hey, it doesn't matter. You get back to the start either way. That is such an it looks even better from the backside too.
Yeah, you get a whole different view.
That's what she said.
What an amazing job.
That's what
Okay,
she
are
said
you all the way at the front?
Sorry. Those are too easy.
Oh, it even works better the quicker you run.
It's a lot harder to run. Because your character starts like.
Glad you haven't been
vomiting.
drinking, Kev. Otherwise, you'd be falling off right about
I know,
now.
true.
Leave the drink into the Kiwi.
You and Dash have both been to the Valley of Light, though, so maybe his part would load in for
It's
you
possible,
guys.
we can
I
try
don't
it.
know.
I mean, yeah, I could meet you there.
I'll go head over that way, and
You guys are 870 U away from the very end.
All right, so almost 1,000 U. All right.
Chrissy, did you
what is
ever?
base computer? Is it 3,000 U? Is that your circle? No,
It's generally 1,000
1,000. Yeah, that's what.
radius.
Yeah,
Mhm.
radius.
Circle.
Yeah.
But with mods, you can extend that out to 3KU for the radius.
No, I know
Yeah.
all these smart people that can
It's
do
like
like this, and
300.
I'm having that argument with my vape.
The only thing I wish there was a way to make like an invisible bridge. You know what I mean? So that you could just walk through and see the entirety. Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
floating. That would be sick.
With barriers on so you couldn't fall off.
Well, if we had some frameless glass.
yeah, really.
Right.
Like the mod.
Okay.
Anytime now, Sean.
All right,
I'm sure.
I am.
should I go to the anomaly? Are you going to the other place?
Yeah, I am here at the Valley of Light,
All right,
and then I'll be right back.
I will head up to the
Anomaly.
anomaly. I prefer calling it the Nexus, quite honestly. It's the Nexus in my mind. The anomaly means something different, I think, to older players. Because they added in all this fancy stuff.
They repurpose words a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Like the anomaly means like 3 different things.
That's why I call this the Nexus, you know. It's like the meeting Nexus, you know.
Yeah.
Come up here and... Oh wait, yeah, there's some new plans I'm not really driving on, but we'll see. It worries me that the next type of thing is going to be on like frozen planets.
Oh, yeah.
So like the Blizzard Arch plant, the Cold Cup Nest plant. You know, yeah, we're going somewhere cold.
Yeah, I saw that it's on sale again. I'm wondering
Yeah.
if we're gonna get an expedition drop.
It's like, before you do that, all right, like, give it a minute, let it
Yeah.
bake in, you know, fix, you know, as much of the issues as possible. We'll wait, then give us an expedition.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, you know. All right, you're there. I can warp to you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
No worries. Just checking, making sure. Nada in Polo's Death Star. True. Hey, we got more of the wolf pack here. We got Gamma Wolf and Wolf Heart.
Hey, what up, Wolfpack?
There's another wolf too. I'm trying to remember who it is. There's two more actually, if I'm not mistaken. Gamma Wolf, Wolf, and I've had this discussion a million times, but you know my brain, it doesn't work.
Would be Wolfie one of them?
Wolfie is one of them, yeah. Don't see Wolfie as much. And then...
Geez, I've been
I'll
around
remember.
here too long.
It'll hit me.
This is probably the one
Good
you
lord.
remember, Kiwi.
I've been around here too long.
And
I
it's
can't.
a starship.
It's been a while.
I don't see a base.
Oh my
though.
gosh.
Are you landed?
Um,
Oh, yep, there it is. I got it.
okay.
I've got
Oh,
it.
is it starting to? It's starting to show up. It's starting to load up.
Nice.
Oh,
Was you still able to get both sides, Krusty, or was it still
Yeah.
your side?
his side's loading in right now. You guys are the magic piece.
Good.
Oh, the moon pool legs.
Oh,
So many legs.
I know.
he loved those so.
Oh, yeah, I know. Believe me. We never
I love
talked
them
about
too,
it.
Never at all, I'm
Never,
sure.
no.
Hey,
Can
Oe.
we take a second to
Wolfheart.
acknowledge, yeah, all of these people. You beat me to it.
Oh, well.
Bloody hell. I was going to say, acknowledge everyone in chat because they're awesome. They're a great community. And hey, guys, hello, welcome,
Oh, no.
welcome to the future from New Zealand. You're all in trouble now. I know what you did.
I'm not seeing his base show up yet.
All my saves has to be updated.
And I will wait for nighttime to get into this. I'm just wondering if it's all loading or not.
Did it show up for you?
It's one of
Kevin.
your planets, Krusty.
This was one that Chimera
Fly by
had
it.
did.
Yep.
I'm gonna do a flyby.
I just figured
My
you'd like it
goodness.
because it was purple.
Okay, I can't tell if you're on
As
my side, Kevin, or if you're on.
I am doing a
on site.
flyby just to see if things,
Okay.
if it helps to load in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm missing half.
Okay.
The wild spark,
Yeah, I'm on John's side.
and I'm sure you've been uploaded.
Yeah, mine is uploaded. And I don't know when the last one that his
Well,
was.
I might just need to land over
Uploaded.
here. See what happens. Sometimes it's just some time. Yep. Yeah, it'll take some time. That's all. That's all. We'll just wait a moment or two. We gotta wait for it to get dark anyway.
True.
Hi, Oe.
And we can stare at this beautiful... I mean, look at... I really, like... I really need to get a version of No Man's Sky like day one, just to show like what it looked like back in the day. I mean, you can see it. I think Jason
Yeah.
Plays is doing it currently, but like I want to experience it again. You know what I mean?
I would like that too, actually.
Just to be like, man, I remember this. I would love to have it all the way up to where they brought in the build mechanic.
Right.
You know, to update so I could show like what tier glitching was like. And the whole,
Oh
you know,
God.
the way that the build menu was back then. You know,
Oh.
it was a whole different thing. You know, it was very, very different.
Yeah.
But I would love to be able to do that somehow.
I
I
was
What a
think you can
very,
go to
A bleak
good old
way of
games, and I
showing
think they have
how
them.
old
I'm
we
not
are.
sure.
I'm sorry, what was it?
I said I think you can go to GOG, good old games, and I think they have all of them.
Oh, really? By update?
Yeah, I think they even got the very first one.
Oh. I gotta check out that GOG. I've never done that.
They got some pretty nice old ones in there, you know, old pixelated ones and stuff like that.
Because that would be great to be able to get up to, what was the one when they first added base parts? What was the name of that one? Foundations, I think. Alright, so
God,
this is
if you
having a
guys
hard
are,
time
are
loading
really
it.
interested in some of that old shit, my brother has the original PC discs.
Nice.
Because it wasn't just one.
I'm wondering if I have
Um,
to... I'm gonna start walking through. I mean, those are... I'd love to have that. Whoa, hey. Uh-oh.
It's a long way down here.
I know. Catch my breath.
It'll make something pucker.
What am I doing in
It's
this
something
stream?
in your banana.
We are going through some of our friend John Vardy's walkthrough kaleidoscopes, because he has recently passed. And we are honoring Zoo Games as well, because his anniversary of his passing was recent. And I was working during all of that, so I was unable. So yeah, it's a Remembrance Day, and I'm gonna be reworking my memorial for Zoo, and then I'm gonna try to think about maybe adding to, like, I guess Christie's. I guess I would do, yeah, add from your end.
That one is completely John's. Mine is a different part of the planet. So if you just go 300 U out from him, wherever you can drop a base computer, then you should be able to.
Man, I remember when I was doing all this.
Yeah,
Taking
it
the
was
egg.
Foundations. Foundations was when base building was introduced.
Foundations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I did.
Was I right?
I didn't actually start playing until what was it? Atlas Rises.
Oh,
was when
really?
I started a little bit later. A little over a year into the game.
I am, as we know, a day one player.
And I realize it's your stream there, Kev. But while I'm while I'm trying to type, can you just shut the fuck up?
I'm sorry. Hey, language, please. Language, please.
Bye, Jingos.
I'm still not seeing John's stuff show up.
Anyone remember the spinning terbium growth?
Oh yes.
Oh,
You need to know
I've been
the
here a
date
lot
as
longer
opposed
in
by
this
the date, not the
community
name
than
of
I
the update.
remember.
All right, Gamma Wolf was saying.
Some of these things, I've never seen that before.
Gamma's saying, but you need to know the date as it goes by the date, not the name of the update. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. See, at night this will look crazy, but I think what you need to do is kind of run through it and let it render as you're going and draw.
Mm.
Because I'm
Yeah, there's
noticing.
so much going on.
Yeah, I'm noticing that it's rendering in as I'm walking towards it. So if you're not seeing it, I would say, start walking and see what happens.
Slow
There are
down, my head's not keeping up.
there are a couple of skips now and then.
Yeah, I can see Krusty's. I just can't see John's.
I'm walked through the whole thing so far.
So Krusty's, it's when it's all colours, and John's is all more.
John's are way more advanced and beautiful. Like I get so excited to be able to see it again. Like when I reach the end of mine and it's just not there, it's like it's so sad.
Man, if these were spinning, could you imagine?
Can you? Wow.
Yeah.
If they brought that back. Oh, that'd be sick. The things we used to do with them back then had this great kind of worm gear thing going on with it,
I don't
that's
think that
also,
I've ever
the
seen him be
funny
able to
thing.
do that.
The funny
I
thing
never
is,
knew these things. I never knew that existed.
all right, minus. You know what? I'm gonna do that later.
There you go, StarCraft. Live up to that.
I can't tell. You might be on my side by now.
Oh yeah, it got dark.
Yeah, lately too, like this abrupt, time change. Like, hey, it's dark. Oh wait, no, it's light. And I was watching the shadow go by the other day, and it was really choppy. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
Yeah, this is my side.
Ooh. Alright, now it's a weird flash through.
You can tell there's a whole lot of purple in there. Fall off. They'll eat you. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the star
Alright,
thing.
We
And
need
and
night.
it's, oh, and the circle thing.
Where is night? Where is night? We will wait. Maybe some of that got fixed and they just didn't bring it up. Who knows?
Yeah, it was staying night for
That
a
was
long
good.
time, wasn't it?
Well, no, I've been sitting in daytime for a bit now. Like I've been waiting for the dark. I just ran
Yeah.
through it all and it's been daytime the entire time.
Well, I think I'm going to be sitting here like all day.
Grimy, thank you.
Mm.
Just time too, Grimy, it's putting in the effort. If you have the time. Setup on something like this is just ridiculous. Just hours just in the setup.
I know.
And the great thing is, you could do this.
There were no traps.
You could do this with a bunch of different scaffolding types. mean, there's a number of different ways you
Yep.
could go about doing this. And yes, some would be easier than others, and it would be, and it would be, it'd be nice if, large things, scaled things snapped like the other things do, but. And we've had a discussion about that the other day. Yeah, where is this nighttime? Does this planet have nighttime?
Yeah.
Because the lighting.
Your discussions about things that don't snap properly there, Kev, so you're not going to surprise anyone with discussions on how things snap. I think everyone who's a builder
knows. Yeah.
and I'm not a builder, but yes, I've suffered through most of them.
Oh, yeah, I mean, and Grimy, you started in the end of 20, you never thought things like this were even possible. But that's the thing, none of us ever thought this sort of thing would be possible when they first introduced building into the game, and heck, I was very fortunate to be, taught glitch building back in the day, when the game wasn't very popular and whatnot, and to see how much this community is shared and grown, and the camaraderie and influence from one another has been, never thought I would see this.
I think also the backing from the developers as well, like they've grown as well, remember how glitchy piece of crap it was first day one.
Oh yeah.
And now look at it, and they don't bitch and moan about it. They implement it.
Yeah. And what's funny, like, shoot, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I'll get it back. Gears are slipping. Yeah, even day one, I was still like loving it. I was still like, oh, this is great, and flying in and out of the planets, and even though it was kind of manicured lawns, it was still, interesting somehow. And
Right.
There were definitely times of panic, where
Panic.
you couldn't dig your way out of a cave, you couldn't call your ship in, and if you didn't
Couldn't do half of what you could do now.
Yep. And if you didn't have those resources or anything handy, and you walked, so far away from your ship, guess what? You're gonna die.
You had to walk all the way back.
And you're walking all the way back. Yeah. And the possibility of you, having to walk back to your grave, which you didn't even really know about yet, because the game was new.
Yeah.
There was no creative mode yet.
Only one base you could have at a time.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Finally, nighttime.
And it was in a tight little circle.
That's true.
Come on, I keep saying it about this game, and it's like wildcard with Ark. They didn't bitch, they didn't moan, they just got down and did what the players wanted.
Yeah, I definitely need to put more wonders in some kaleidoscopes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know someone that has like 150 or 175 wonder projectors in one base, and it works fine.
Yeah, I mean, I did a little experimenting. I'm like, yeah, this is. I mean, why they put the limitations on it is beyond me. We've proven time and time again by doing what we do that it works. And if you just do a little bit of optimization and a little bit of tweaking, it would work better.
Yep. Agreed.
Always ask nicely.
Right.
Ed Sean,
Oh, we've asked.
We've
fix this.
I wish they
It
do
is
those
Sean, right?
back
I'm
to
not getting the
purple.
games mixed up.
Yes.
That's. Oh my god, my eyes just burnt out, I think.
Sorry.
God, that was really, really bright.
Really bright.
This is just magnificent. Just made it through the whole thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, thankfully
Did John show up?
my computer is good.
So they both kind of work toward each other, right?
Hmm.
From the different
So
people.
John showed up?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for me everything shows up.
Yeah.
Can you do the thing?
What thing?
Save it, Dash?
I could let me see.
Oh, I would love you forever.
I will see if it shows up in my file.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this. You know, it's such a reminder of my first one in some ways, and then
This is something really, really beautiful, and so much time went into it. You can just, even from a person who's not a builder, so much time being put into that.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
It was a lot of time. And I gave him a lot of headaches. We had a lot of fun though.
Oh, superheated rainstorm.
And then if you can save
Hey,
mine.
Gunboat Willie, how you doing, dude? I just
Yes,
noticed
it's
you. I'm
good.
sorry, I've been watching the bloody video. That one always gets me. I think like I'm gonna get zapped.
Right, we're gonna get blurry, so I'm gonna hold off on walking through here.
Storm.
Yeah. We will wait for the storm to clear.
Would you like for me to come over, Crossy, and tag both computers?
If you would like to, yeah.
That way I'll have it as well. In case something does go awry. Hopefully
Yeah.
not.
Hey, 6CYX2 gold.
Well done. Whoever you he fucked that up pretty good.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, he messed it up pretty good. I'm sorry. My language.
Language, please.
In New Zealand, we use the F word, as an adjective and everything else. It's very common in our language to use the word. And I'm sorry, I try
it's
not
okay.
to use
Yeah,
it.
Hey. These things, life happens.
Oh, you come over here and you all sorts of C words just because you're a good guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes, nomenclature is oftentimes different, as we know.
Yes. Yeah, no, it is what it is. I'm sorry, I forget sometimes.
That's okay.
I try not to do it.
We're only human.
My mother beat me proper.
Come on, Storm. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I bet you by the time I run down, I'm going to have to take a break in a minute or two. But I want to kind of get through this, hoping the storm doesn't last too long. I've been sitting here for a moment, and then we got to go try and use our brain and figure out how to disassemble part of a build and then reassemble it again. So that should be interesting.
Sounds like I hope you're gonna play a whole lot of music that we can copyright you on.
Well, unfortunately, thankfully I got permission for what we hear in the background all the time to Lux channel there. Yeah, I do a lot of building in Discord, sharing my screen and listening to actual music. And, you know, people suggest stuff and I try to play it when I can find it.
I do. We talked about this earlier on the music channel that I've been trying to find this channel, kind of like epic music, but you know it's all non-copyright music that you can play.
Yeah, I found stuff like that, but YouTube still finds a way to copyright stuff. It's like, this isn't really a thing, but we're gonna not monetize you. It's in a lot of ways I feel it's a way for them to not monetize you. It's like, hey, it's a
Beep,
copyright
Disney's
free.
gonna sue you to pieces. I love that bubble effect. That's
I got it.
cool.
Oh, I'm so excited. Did you get mine too?
It would be,
I'm saving his first, and then I'll get it.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it could be done, but it would be a pain to, you know, tube this. if
Got
you will.
John's side for you, Krusty. So hopefully that will.
I think
Thank
you
you.
two trying to conspire in the background. I might be deaf. I'm not stupid. Whatever you're doing, I can't wait to see it.
I just don't want it to go away.
I know. That way, if Dash tags both sides, and I tag both sides, one of us will.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Kevin must have it in his system.
Yeah.
More
'Cause
than
that's when
likely.
it loaded in really good.
You can
Now
see
that
it's
that's
dripping
all
out
right.
his eyes,
I'm
overloading
wondering
his
if-
head.
I'm wondering if they fixed the
we
rendering
go.
issue.
That's cool.
All just loaded in.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking a trip to my city to see how it rendered.
It's always a treat getting to see your city.
I'm gonna be tearing it
This
apart
is one I'm
soon to
really
add
doing.
some of the new
He was
designs
working
they've
on
been
it when I
doing.
was watching.
Nice.
Ah, okay.
It'll fill up space and I can gain a bunch of parts back.
Oh, awesome.
You know, I do a couple of those rooftops, skin them. I should be able to. You know, fill in some space.
Headphones fell off, and I got back to skin them back at your base.
So
I'm down.
what I mean is, you know, we have the what I've been doing lately for the new city R&D, if you will, is taking the new, you know, large antenna rooftop, scaling it up full scale, and then, you know, wrapping it or skinning it with parts to make it so you can either, you know, have a room that you can.
Oh,
walk into,
that changes the whole dynamic of that.
Not
Yeah,
like
no,
not like
I was
skinning
going
a fish, you know,
Or-
or you know, or skinning
Yeah,
an
no, I was
animal.
going a whole different way. You know, I'm only playing.
Okay. I gotta show it to him.
This is a walk, I will definitely say.
It is visually stunning.
Yeah, it's great. These are
I
always
don't
been
use
great.
usually words
Yeah.
like that. You know,
And part of the reason I never built one, I was like, I just want to walk through John's hard work. I'll do other crap. I was like, this is my, like, me relaxing going, you know, and just, you know, a little, like, wow, this is where the kaleidoscopes have gone. You know, like the things that people have done with these, you know what I mean?
it's kind of
ridiculous. It's
daunting
like,
the
I'll do my
amount of
easy
work
version.
that went into these things.
Your easy version.
Yeah.
Nobody could call your kaleidoscopes an easy version.
I'm like,
I
but that's
love
what I
your
mean. It's like, I'm
kaleidoscope.
like, I'll
Oh
do
my
my easy
gosh.
version. I'll walk through John's, you know, hard work, and I'll show yours in this one, which is really cool.
I'm pretty sure that I was just lurking in the chat the other day, and that was, you build me a dome, I'll decorate it.
Well, because it would be a neat idea to take that, the light style with the floor panels that I've, made the mistake back in the day with another kaleidoscope, and then
I think it had something to do with like control panels, but you had to absolutely individualize each one.
yeah,
I
each
think
floor
that's what I
panel,
was getting
yeah,
at.
each floor panel, yeah.
I thought you called them control panels. Geez, I drink too much.
Well,
this
folks,
worked.
these are, this is what John did, and made, these. Sorry, I'm just looking at the awesomeness of this game.
Standing ovation to John and Christy.
Yeah, and Christy contributed into this one. But yeah, you should definitely check out John Vardy. Still has a YouTube channel. Subscribe, keep it going, keep it up. Add some
Yeah.
comments, and that'll help keep the channel, going. And I believe, if I am not mistaken,
Zeus channel is still up too.
yeah,
as well.
exactly. But I believe you have to do some. People still need to interact with it. Trying to remember how we had this put in. There it is. I was right. So yeah, I just posted his YouTube channel there. So go check that out. Subscribe if you haven't. Obviously, please be respectful when visiting, and don't build near it. That sort of thing. But I would encourage people to come and visit and do this as a walkthrough, not just seeing it on my screen, but you know how it is when you're walking through it on your screen. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? It's a different experience. Like when when going to my city, for example, or anyone's build, you get the true scale when you're in game.
For sure.
The perspective is the way it's meant to be viewed. But yeah, definitely, I would highly recommend. Can I show the glyphs for this one?
Yeah, those are out there.
Okay.
And if you guys put, just go to the space anomaly or put a base in a different system that's right near here. If people upload bases, then his is going to get lost it'll only hold so many bases.
Yeah,
Don't
one
be-
star
don't be
system
a
aware
crowd.
is not is
Exactly.
perfect.
Not hard to
Yeah.
be respectful.
Exactly.
I've got the JSON files for both
Oh, nice.
for both bases now.
Thank you, Dash. Thank you.
All right. How do I get the glyphs back? Like that. I'm so
you got
glad
to
that they added the galaxy under the glyphs.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, same here.
There were
Oh,
so many
that's
times
so
where I'm
much
like,
fun.
I look at the planet, someone's like, what galaxy are you in? I'm like, cripes, I don't know. Yeah. And then I'm like, hold on, give me a
I got-
second. You get in your ship, you fly out to space, you get into the map, you're like, oh yeah, I'm in.
I got access to 15 galaxies. I don't know where I am.
Exactly.
If they
Yeah,
would just
especially when you have
God,
200.
My Xbox is starting to smoke just on that view there.
Well,
I can see the
especially when you
smoke
got all
closing out.
256 galaxies and you're trying to find a particular planet you just been to, and it's like, which one was it?
It's
Yeah,
like
I
that
wish they would add it in
elusive
the
one that you
Discovery
can
thing.
only get a taxi ride to.
I just noticed my cape is very kaleidoscope. I mean, it's floral.
It is.
So, Krusty, you should see. I got it. Dash has it, and Kev, I think, tagged both computers. So,
Yeah.
I believe I've tagged
Between
the
the-
computer, too.
yeah. So between the three of us, and so if something happens, someone will help you out
Right.
again.
Well, thank you guys.
Well, if anyone needs a really external backup, in case you guys are enormous, at the enormous hemisphere, the northern hemisphere, you can always send it to me, and I will keep a very close eye on something on an
Vault.
external drive for it as well.
Okay.
All right. Okay,
I
I'm
think
going to
Krusty
take a
knows-
break here. My apologies.
Yeah, I have to go and get cigarettes. You guys are just about giving me lung cancer.
That's not a bad thing.
on lung cancer.
Unless you want a cigarette. I don't smoke the nip nip. I drink and I smoke cigarettes. You know, those are my two vices in the world. Well, that you know about.
I actually got a bolt myself. I'll be on later though.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Dash.
Right on, thanks for
Yeah,
being
I don't know why, Dash, but I can barely hear you, man.
Yeah, well, you got to turn up the. You can also go into the chat, turn up user volumes.
Yeah.
Dash is quiet.
Is this better?
That's better.
That's better. Yay!
I don't have my I didn't have my streamer voice on.
Oh, okay.
Had to throw that chip in.
I'm just having a mellow morning here, and I'm just like
Okay.
talking all
Cool,
quiet, like my normal tone of voice.
Nice.
Well, we're supposed to get up in the 90s today, Dash, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it should be
it's hot
fun with no
here.
AC.
No, same here. Thankfully, I have AC. As long as it holds up.
All right, I'll catch y'all later.
All right.
Have a good one, Dash.
Bye.
Thank you
All
for
right,
being here.
See you, buddy.
All right. It looks like I have most of my setup, so that's a good thing.
This is on Bliss now.
Huh?
Are you back on Bliss?
Yes. I'm at Zeus
Ah.
now, yeah. Because I figured I'd take a
Of
break
course, it's all
and
purple.
get here before, so when I got back, I could start disassembling. No, disassemble.
Pretty.
Johnny Five. No, Five's alive. Something like that.
Yeah,
wasn't
Johnny
it?
5. Johnny 5, yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Five. Love that movie.
Number 5 is alive.
Number 5 alive. No disassemble.
Limbo.
Yeah, not like this took me a ginormous time of work, but it took a few hours. And I had to watch a video on how to make a pyramid, which I'd have to do again. Because I don't build them enough.
Me too. I learned it watching Zoo's tutorial.
I'm going to be quitting out of multiplayer here.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you for being at that spot and making it a lot easier.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing this.
Oh,
It's-
please. My pleasure. And, of course.
Well, Kev, if there's any system you want to go to, just hit me up and I'll make sure you get there.
I have a few. I know I have. I gotta check my play. I haven't been on my PlayStation in so long. I feel bad because there's people on PlayStation that I like hanging out with. And I should just throw my Steam friend code somewhere.
UAV, have a great night. Sounds like they're gonna,
Bye, OE.
you know,
Oh, bye, OE.
Later, OE.
bye Zesty. Love you.
Zesty's leaving too. Bye,
Bye,
Zesty.
Zesty.
Yeah, bye, Jesse.
Oh,
Enjoy your
dear.
holiday.
Yeah, well, it sounded
Oh,
like
no,
you were gonna end the stream. You know,
Wait,
no
I'm
wonder
getting
everyone's saying goodbye.
Oh no,
I'm
no!
getting
I was
kicked
just.
out of the stream. Okay.
I was
bye.
saying no. I was just about to
No,
say I was just
Zesty.
taking a break. I gotta take a
I'm
break.
saying
I've been
goodbye,
I've been
OE.
sitting here for 2 hours. Been I can only sit for so
Wow.
long.
Chat got so judgmental so quick. I thought you were nice people. I'm
Oh,
gonna
look at
be
that.
up for a minute.
Wasted
I have
parts. I see
to
wasted
go and get
parts.
some nicotine. Otherwise,
I'm
I'm
doing
gonna
wasted
start
parts
clawing
today.
eyes out of chat.
Yeah, don't forget to delete all your wires you're not using either.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez. Well, hey, I had a feeling that I was going to come back and do what I'm about to do. Although I feel like I'm missing something somewhere. This is going to be kind of a difficult process.
That's what my first girlfriend said.
But I think once
She
we
right.
strip all the flashy bits away, we can probably, we'll see a little bit better. But as you can see, I moved.
I'm glad you got it. I took the whole context into it and the whole the whole lot of it
so
in
we
there.
just got to move every other one back.
That's so cool, Kevin.
Well,
Wow,
it was
that
a lot
is
better
awesome.
when, one, it was symmetrical. Two, when the fog was not as severe, I guess is a way to put it. But,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to take a break. I will be back shortly. Just a few minutes, but I need to use the laboratory and just get up and stretch out for a minute. For those of you who cannot stick around, thank you so much for stopping in and giving me some of your time.
I'm going to go get some cigarettes, but I will be back maybe in about 15 minutes.
All right.
And
Go ahead.
I did not miss you building that at all.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
you were here.
so stumbling boring for me because I'm not a builder.
But yeah, pretty much everything I build, 90% of it is done live. And then anyway, but for those of you sticking around, you know what to do. Get up, stretch out, peel the peepers away from the screen, get a beverage, do a bio break, get a tasty snacky treat, and we'll be back in a few. All right, y'all. See you shortly. If I can find the right button to push.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow.
All right, we're back. Here we go. Building another kaleidoscope. Whew, but with new parts, I think we're going to do that. But we do have some boredom work. And I'm back. Sorry, chat, if you're still with me in Discord. Anybody? Sure, I can check that. Hello? Anyone?
Hello, it's fine, Cap.
Hey. Did we lose Christy?
She might have had to go do something. And I know Kiwi went down to the store real quick.
Yeah, okay. All right, here we go.
Already
This
back. I read the instructions instead.
I need to redo this anyway, just because it is, there are missing parts. So, this is gonna hurt. But
Christy's
hopefully,
cooking me breakfast from yesterday.
hopefully it will. Hopefully we'll gain a better kaleidoscope, or just something different.
That is a lot of colors.
Yeah. Oh, cooking breakfast. Got it.
Christy, just say that she was cooking breakfast. 17 eggs, 14 pieces of toast, and all the bacon in the world.
Bacon.
Putting it out there.
See, I kind of want to keep some of this. Yeah, all right, we'll figure it out. We'll get it. We'll make a new one. New parts, new thought, new design, right? That's the whole plan.
Did you reach the building limit?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, if you did...
Oh, no, actually, I don't know if
the...
I did or did. Probably not on this, no. This isn't 3,000 parts, and if it is, then...
Taking that inside ring out doesn't really detract from it. My opinion, that's all.
Well, I mean, it has its, its bits and pieces. So if I were to bring these back down, maybe I don't have to disassemble the whole thing. Maybe I can keep some of it, but we need a center. No, because I have a whole bunch of new stuff I got going on with the thing, and that won't work with this the way it is. I'd have to. Yeah, you know what? It's
Can I ask a question without I don't want to sound like I'm trying to tell you how to build or anything like that, but
go on.
why aren't the black boxes on the outside of that
This
showing
is-
something? Because I'm just so used to you putting like neon signs and things like that on all of those sort of places.
Well, this was a. This is my scaffold, and I knew I wasn't quite done, and then I had a
Okay.
feeling.
Okay, it was just a question, dude.
No, I have the feeling that, and I'm trying to answer your question. And I had a feeling that we would get new parts and things like that. So I figured I should probably keep the scaffold out. And then I made a fatal error, which then cost me the symmetry of the piece. I lost a few parts, so I'm glad that the scaffold is still here so I can fix that. And actually, we even have a bunch of scaffold here, which originally was to hide the fog.
Oh yeah, you know, that's actually something that I actually learnt from you. Was put a whole bunch of floor pieces down, and then you have a whole different set of something points that you can go out from. Wire. I just know them as wires. The green things when you start building things. The green strings.
The wires, yes.
I told you I don't understand it, and then
That's quite all right. I barely understand it. I think most of us are constantly trying to figure it out. That's part of the fun of it, you know.
it's really cool. That little bronze-looking piece that's kind of looking like a wing. That's a real cool-looking piece.
Bronze piece looking like a wing.
Oh, you're
Just
talking
between.
about off the black hole sign there, where he's got glitched in
Oh,
there?
the plant, whatever plant that is, and then I stuck in a bunch of lanterns to get the red.
No, I think
That
he's
is
talking
so
about the very
cool.
bottom piece there, Kev.
The very outside piece before you
Yeah.
scaffold.
Oh, the light. And then, yeah, and the signal booster.
That looks so cool.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep some of it and then try to add in new stuff. I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is going to be very interesting. How am I going to do this? All right. Well, we got a project.
It's really cool. It's really cool that how you always put the little pond whirlpool things into everything.
Oh, the base terminus, yeah, but... And it looks like the fog is better. Like I'm seeing more animation in there now. Alright, so we got our work cut out for us here. This is kind of this is a lot. So what I want to do is I want to keep that. We're going to bring this down. We're going to remove you and hopefully not delete anything in the process. And that is that. Okay. So we should probably get situated and ready to delete the other one. But I want to keep one as a halfway point like we already have it. Because I might be using some of that. But then we have this problem. Yes, we do.
I only just realized how random the scaffolding was there. It looked from when you zoom out, you know, like the scaffolding really cool. Well, on as it was there. That's just my opinion. That's all.
should be there. That one. See
I need to drink. This is completely beyond me.
it. Yes. Are we missing one? We're missing one right here, I think. I think that's our center. Yeah, we're missing our center. Okay. And I see a bunch of freaking wire in there. So the center would be a no. That's a yes. That's a no. That's a yes. That's a no. That's a yes. No, yes, no, yes. I don't know why these are here. No, yes.
Legendary.
Alright. I'm trying to get them all down to here. So.
Okay, I'm going to pretend that my internet failed because this is so much beyond me.
No worries, my friend.
I'm going to have a nap. Burnt my brain out already.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you everyone in chat, and thank you everyone on the voice panel as well. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you all, one and all.
Take
Hey,
care.
Legionnaires.
And if you can't behave yourself, don't get caught.
Actually, couldn't I just do that and then use that? Alright. Yeah, I also need to figure out where some of this stuff lands if I want to fill in those gaps that are missing. The thing I'm worried about though is we're gonna delete, which I'm deleting now. Yep, like the lights.
I finally found Discord. Okay, I've got my eyes need a break. That's too much.
Bye, Kiwi.
All right, later, Kiwi.
Sleep well.
Love you all. No, I'm
Love you
not gonna
too.
sleep. I just go. That's just too many colors.
Hold on one moment, folks.
I think I might go and get something to eat. I'll be back soon. Love you all. Bye.
Okay. Sorry about that. Blah, blah, blah. That was my homie stopping by. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here to try to make my life easier is we're going to Well, it's not going to make my life easier because it's going to be a pain to get these to glitch, but... Come on, really? Ah. Well, as I thought, nothing has been done with the build mechanic. There we go. And this way we can prep for doing everything else. Legendary legendaries, welcome. Actually, you know what? Boom, 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 boom. Get rid of that. Okay. It just kicked me out of build cam. I just got kicked out of build cam by, I'm gonna guess, a bird? Sergeant Belson, what's going on? Could make those all gray. But I'm gonna stick with what I have. Oh, I didn't notice that, did I? Yeah. Well, I will say one thing. I do have some drop frames, but I haven't seen my OBS and YouTube battling it out like usual. You know, it's telling me everything's fine and then it's not. Yep. Yeah, and the names definitely, I noticed that earlier in stream. I was like, wait a minute. Something's different. What do I need? I need that. Shoot. Yes, the boring work. But it must be done. John Vardy, who did the walkthrough kaleidoscopes. Okay, that was weird. That was move, build. It's like, make up your mind. Are you there or are you not there? Walkthrough kaleidoscopes. If you rewind after a little after the beginning, there's we did a visit. Now I am reworking zoos. It looks like we made it around. Now, if I have to, I'll add the block back in, but I need to see where this ends. I also need to figure out Alright, we got to do one of these. This is going to be a nightmare in itself. Alright, at least I can get to it. I do not have a center point, which is kind of a drag. I can remake it though. We're going to actually have to. So that's that. If this deletes the plants and the lights, that'll be a drag, but it's not like we can't fix it. I don't even know where the lights are. Oh, is that lighting up because the, that might just be lighting up due to the signal booster. Okay, cool. Alright, now we need to figure out which direction this is moving. The easiest way to do that. Alright, so the front of it technically is here. And then we have the planets there. Yep. Okay. And that's where my ship is. Alright. Too late now. So, now, we need to, alright, you know what? We need to change the color. It needs to happen. That way I have some reference of where I am. We need to somehow bring that cube back into place. Hmm. I do have a center wire. Okay. That's a good thing. I like that. Which we're gonna have to make another one anyway, blah blah blah, we already said that. Okay. Does this line up to anything? It does not. That's a halfway. Alright, so I'd have to actually bring that one down. Is that halfway? Not really, is it? Ah! Ah ha 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 ha. Did I do something smart? No. You are in here. I thought so. Alright. Hey, I did something smart. This is back when I had a brain.
You are smart. Smart, smart, smart.
Actually left my scaffold. And brought it down like you should. You always bring down your center point.
I'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't even need to do that. I just do that. All right. Boom. Back in business. All right. Let's do another save.
Hi, Zenith. Zenith joined.
Oh,
Or
Zenith.
here.
Welcome. I'm sorry. Rather Christie, I believe. I think is what you're asking. I could be wrong.
Yeah. It's me, Krusty.
Yeah. I thought that's what he was asking. Ah. Now, I'm hoping that I can kind of use some of the old and invite some of the new. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Without having to tear it apart completely. Jay, howdy, what's going on? That's the plan, anyway. Notice the race initiators are not as bright as they usually are as well. Something's different. Right, these are going to be pointless, right? No. Is it too much of a distraction? Could I just rebuild the entirety?
I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
What all
If I
is
should
in that
retain
one?
some of the old or just rebuild the entire thing.
I love that ring. That is so pretty.
Which part? The outer, inner.
All of that
Oh,
part.
the whole portion. Yeah.
All of that part.
Yeah. Like something doesn't seem right here. Like it's almost like too much is shining through.
Mm.
The only way to truly know actually would be bring in this part. I just want to update Zoo's memorial build because no, that's the right. Yeah, no, that's right. And I just wanted to update Zoo's build.
The terminus looks faceted. I love that.
Jerry 420, what's going on? But I'm not sure if I should, completely redo this or...
I think you should do whatever it is that you're feeling, because I know that you'll build it back beautifully.
Like, there's a bunch of, I do like the plant with the red, and because it moves. I like the base terminus with the, race initiator in it, but there's not really enough of the race initiator to make a difference if I put the floor panels in. Do you know what
You're
I mean?
getting X's there. How are you getting X's in the base terminus?
Oh, that's a race
See
initiator.
that? Oh.
Yeah, that's just a race initiator in there.
That is so neat.
So if I can pinpoint it, hold on. Oh, wait. Yeah, there you go. See it?
Wow.
So basically I, covered most of that with... And then actually, you know what? We should do a reload just to get that so it's not warbly. So yeah, let me reset here.
It gives you that perfect green X. That's really cool.
Well, yeah, the whole point was, the X for zoo. So there were little X's everywhere.
Hi, Gary.
Hello, Gary. I'm back.
Welcome back. All right, so now everything's bouncing the way it should, right? There we go. Like, I kind of want to keep this section. The only thing I don't really like 100%, but at the same time, it also works is the doubled up circular light thing. But I know. Hey. Ship just flew right through the center. Jay, yeah. All right, let's get I'm going to put these back in. I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I have an idea. All right. I think yep. Okay. Yep. All right, do not delete the plant, please. That is my biggest concern. Oh, no. See, but notice how we lost some red there. So something's missing. That took something out. Yep, that, yeah, see the light right there? All right, shoot. All right, okay. If I have to, I'll put them back in, but if we don't have to, then I will forego it. I don't remember how I did it. And if it's in this...
Was it a lantern?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's placed in or specifically put in, with the cube. I built this how long ago now?
Yeah.
So, all right. So what we have to do is we're going to bring it out to... so that it goes nowhere near that. And that should be fine. Perfect. And then that will come off of that. All right. Woohoo! And this is why you leave your scaffold up until the very last minute. Until
Yeah.
you are 100% certain you like what you got, keep that. And I knew this was going to happen. I pre-planned, if you will. I'm like, I know we're going to get new parts. Eventually, even if it isn't, you know, what we all would, you know, like or hope for or whatever. Ah! No, moron.
Oh.
Thankfully, there's not a lot to this. I only went out one, not two, on that last one.
Ah.
Yes, it would, Jay. I totally agree with you. Yeah, we only have 4 to do. 1, 2.
I'm trying to think if I saw Wolfheart Space or not.
Well, which one? I would imagine, right?
The one that he did for Zoo
Oh, for Zoo.
on this planet.
Yeah, I tried to find one the other day. Someone asked if it was still here because they lost their save somehow.
Oh.
And you know, I'm sure some of them are. Ah, almost did it again. Like some sort of moron I am. All right. But I did not see it at the time.
I wonder how many bases are on here
That's a good
or on
question.
this planet.
That is a good question. Oh, I remember a day when there was no build camera. Man, I remember when scaffolding was like actual scaffolding. You had to make it to build around your base, you know? Back in my day. I'm telling you, it was a whole different vibe. And as much as of a pain this is, well, at least tier glitching worked like every time you did it. But, you know, this is technically easier. Alright. Although I don't know why I just did that, because I'm probably going to have to do that again. And bring that down. Oh well.
Gary's wanting you to show the glyphs if you can.
I sure can. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what happens when I oversleep. I stayed up a little later than normal last night. And overslept the appropriate same amount.
Mm.
I've been trying to, keep one of them regular bedtimes. Alright.
Yeah, I've been trying to shoot for that. I don't do so well.
Alright, now, this is going to be weird because that won't work. But I'm curious because this would be more forward if I jump off of that point. So whatever I do has to jump off of this point. This stuff. So, alright, now's where we have to actually think. Is the planet memorialized or just a couple locations? Not sure what you mean by that, Jay, but there's probably over, 100 bases here at least, I would say? Maybe
Probably.
50 to 100,
Oh,
I don't know for certain.
Way more than a.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'm conservative estimate. Alright, what am I gonna do, How am I gonna do this? Okay, this is our original flooring, I would imagine. Because if I were to take a paver and I was to turn that into a cube, if the game would let me.
Oh, wow. Dash said approximately 200 bases, somebody said.
There you go. Come on with this game sometimes. You make me crazy, game. Now would be one of those times. Alright, those blocks might have been sitting there for a while. Exactly what it was. Alright, so then we need to halfway that to get to one of these. Got it. Okay. So we halfwayed those into this floor panel, which is what I would have done with the new technique, right? That is a halfway mark. Okay, so we could technically do this with this. But now we need to get... this is where it's going to get tricky. Alright, now we need to bring... we need to bring... We need to bring, of course, these down again, which is what I thought we were going to have to do. Because that would be the opposite of that, right? Boom, boom. Alright, damn it. So what we're going to have to do is a test to see if what I'm thinking is actually going to work. Damn it. And do you take anything away? No, good. Just going to be in every other? Or just going to be in every? It's going to be in every other. Alright, folks, here we go. It's time to make a big giant mess. And try not to flub up at the same time. Raging Furball. If are you what do you play on? Because if you play on Steam, you can find the whole list of patch notes. Nothing building related or graphical that I could see. But building sure as heck could use some fixing, that's for sure. Now it's just using that, right? Yeah. And then there's always the ever beloved little monitor on the race initiator. Granted, I'm sure when they made it, they weren't expecting people to do what we're doing with them at this point, but
Probably not. Would be nice to make them go away.
it would be nice, yeah. Maybe a new rendition, perhaps. Yes. Yeah, yeah, we'll, I'm sure if the building community, and that's the other thing, Zendesk, everybody, for building. We really, you know, it's the only way they know. I know I've done one, I will do another one. Adding in almost made that foolish mistake again. How sometimes it doesn't think you're near your base computer for building. And you're like, yeah, I was
Oh,
just
no.
building here. And I think
So it's
that's,
still doing that?
I don't know. It hasn't I'm also not really moving around in this build, but it was yesterday.
Yeah. Now, what are the red plants that are in there?
The compound bulb. Just as per usual, only part of it showing. And then what I did was to get that red glow, and I'm hoping I didn't have to do the technique that doesn't exist at the moment because of the build mechanic being slightly off, was I put a lantern in it somehow.
Okay, I thought it was a whole different plant that you were
Yeah, and
had put
then
in there.
if you hide the lantern in this part, then it glows red. Oh, somebody's here. And moves. And you get to kind of highlight that. You can also use stickers. And stickers do some weird stuff in there as well. It's funny, you can delete the plant and the light shit stays, but if you put a block over the light, the block takes the light.
Ah.
Alright. Yeah, and I know I didn't pick this color when I made this.
Yeah, those are all messed up.
Yeah. Alright, so now... Did I save?
I would do it again.
We're gonna do it again. Ooh. Might be able to do that here. All right. Now what? All right. If this is a 3, we know we can come up here because we just did that, right?
And which system is this in?
Yep. I want to say Eisentam, but give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have to actually do some shifting around. Because these, as soon as I put a pyramid on these will not be facing the same direction. Each one will be slightly different because as you move the block out, it can turn and everything. So the best thing to do here is to switch to like a wall or a window that lets us know our direction.
Oh.
Eisentam.
Okay.
So now if I were to put a pyramid on here, right? And we go around the circle. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna be made a liar of. But it might not be facing the same direction, you know. It might be a little turned. But you always want to check that if you want to put something in like a race initiator and you want to keep your screens in the same direction. You know, worst case scenario, you throw in a wall or window and you can just turn it once or twice. You know where the front is, you know. And if you don't want these showing, you flip the window around, UI with the window, and then you can, you know, pick which side you want that screen to be on. So, you know, if you have a definitive front to one of your kaleidoscopes. So we won't know till we start putting things in, you know. So if I were to now, we got to try to figure out what direction these are going. Base is glitchy. All right. All right, so now we see where that ends up, right? And here comes the, you know, I make a decision. Do I lose that light and then manually put it back in? Because I like that, you know, it's a nice draw for the eye and it shows some of that movement. Do I want this as my center? Do I want to, because where is this going to go? That's a full floor panel, so that doesn't do us any good. In terms of that new, you know, the effect I'm talking about. So if I take this, damn it. And it's so hard to tell right now. Like really, it's hard to, well, and it's also, I can't see because it's nighttime. I mean, daytime rather. The easiest way to tell, unfortunately, is, ooh, there's something going on with the coloring. I did notice that. All right, there it is. So if I draw this down, hopefully don't delete anything in the process. All right, that works. But notice we're only getting a partial, right? So I would need to either bring that back so that it's a little wider, or bring it more forward so that it kicks the other direction. All right, we're going to probably do today in a two-part. I'm going to have to take a break to help a friend out in real life here. Shortly-ish. But I want to I would like to complete this today, you know. I feel we can. We're only reworking, you know, part of it here. I would like to finish it today.
Yeah.
But I've also been on for, by the time I'm done, you know, 4 hours or so. So I'm going to need to eat, refresh. But I'm going to come back, you know, as quickly as possible. And I will just redo, you know, it'll be the same. Actually, I can probably work in a new thumbnail. I think we can do that. I like the way this is doing this, though. You seeing this?
Let me see.
The red lights are shining through that pretty wild. That works good, actually. And then hopefully if we get the warbly part in there later, that will come into play. Ah, all right. So now we need to figure out where our race initiators are going to live, okay? That's important. Now, this is where I'm going to either swear a lot or... and then I'm going to have to remake the circle, right? Because we're going to need the floor panels in order to get the effect. So, but this is basically what we would have done anyway had we started over. Only we have a bunch of work done. And yeah, there was a reason I didn't want to remove this ring. Now I remember, because all of the little X's in there. That was the whole point of that ring. I'm glad I didn't delete that. Came very close, too. But I'm like, you know what? No need to. We're good. Actually, will this back?
I always want to cry when I'm seeing people delete all their stuff.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing, and it's just me.
It breaks my heart. When you were streaming them, oh my word, it's so hard to watch.
All right, so we're set up here, right? And does that actually become our... Yes, it does. Okay. Perfect. All right. That is set. Although we're going to leave this for now so that we have a backup just in case we need it later. We're going to leave this circle for now until we're ready. And then I will remake the circle. But now what we're going to do is we're going to save. And we are going to attempt to bring this up one more. Move it. Remove it. We're good. Okay. I just didn't... I mean, again, if I have to, you know, redo the, you know, the lamp, I will. The lantern. Yeah, okay, we're pretty good. All right, we're in good shape there. We just can't bring it here because then, you know, here's our lantern. Oh, we're dangerously close right there. But don't these all look like I put them in purposefully?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. All right, let's just double check on this to make sure that all of them will remain. All right, I think we're in good shape. But for now, we're going to test and see if it's even worth our while. Right where we are. Oh. Wrong part. There we go.
Thanks, Wolf. And being there showed me the way.
You know I'm going to have to throw some wonder projectors in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what we need to do, because now this
Oh, wow.
will widen that out and will allow for that. And if we but I kind of think I want to go in the other way. Yeah, I guess we'll deal with what we have. I don't know. Let's think about this for half a minute. Because I can't go any further up there without tweaking it. This is, however, yeah, I had, yes, we spoke about it when I first started. Well, gunboat, rather, excuse me. All right, now just for hardy har-hars, let's see what this sort of does with that. I want to see if that even gets to that. If not, I'm going to have to put it up higher. Oh, it does. Here, not so much. Okay. Into that. Let me think here. Let me think. What am I gonna do? What happens if I do this? jetpack sucks. Oh, come on. Alright, why does this jetpack suck so much? I've got S-Class everything here. Oh, wait a minute. Is there somebody still here? Yes, there is. Yay! Camera. Really doesn't do a hell of a lot there. So no on that. Alright. I didn't think it was gonna, to be honest, but doesn't hurt to check. And then what if we do it? No, that's gonna get in the way. Yeah, no, that ruins that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, this jetpack is horrible. Either that or the gravity here is heavy as all can be. Is it pulling those lines? Alright, we'll give this a shot. Let's see what we get. Okay. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hopefully. I don't screw anything up. I bet you I put those in with the cube. Those pill lights. I had to have. I can't tell if I'm getting the wire or not. There it is, okay. Right on. I'm going to be actually departing probably relatively soon. And then I will be back again later today. Once I get some food and help my buddy out. There it is. All right, sweet. Just that little bit of light does make it does pick it up. That looks pretty cool just like that, yeah? Those little breaks in there. What I might do with that thing is I might do a micro adjustment with that and see if I can't get the effect and cut the fog kind of thing. All right, let's see if I extend the floor panel just with the 16. Part of me is kind of wanting to not get too floor panel-y. I'm wondering. Oh, wow, yeah. All right, why am I not making more of these? Oh, probably because I just realized. Look at the dots. Ooh, this is very pretty. And this is why I wanted to redo this. Because this was deserved. All right, now the only thing now though is we're gonna kind of lose, and this is where this becomes the thing. All right, I think my friend is here. Let me just double check. Oh, no, not yet. Okay. Now. Now. It's going to be nothing on the other side, right? Yeah. We will do something and make the other side, we will bring something into this as well. We will have a two-sided as usual. But I want to concentrate on this side for now. Yeah, that's a great pattern. I almost don't want to ruin it with race initiators, but let's try to see what happens with those. Although, again, I have a feeling I am going to need to turn them because I saw some of the cubes make some different turnout. So let's see what happens with that. Okay. This, though, is... I'm like debating on adding more. But it would be different here. What would show here would probably be this... and a line through here. It'd be cool if I could get... Oh, I wish I could figure out how to get an X going here. I could, I think. No, not without some crazy manual manipulation, I think. All right, we're going to save this for now, just so we have a kind of a base to work from. And now we will take our pyramid and we will hook it across here. And it's important that they're all facing the same way because the animation on the race initiator is different if you're looking at it front or back side. So it's kind of important. And I think, I'm trying to remember what side is actually more... Now I'm thinking, no, this is going to get in the way. This is going to ruin this. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, it is. It's going to get in the way of that. All right, we need to figure this out then. I need to bring all of those down in towards the center, shoot it up the other direction. Yep. I got to shoot it in the other direction so that they go and round out where those are. Yeah. Love when I figure that out last minute. I love building too, and like having the ships kind of go by you. You know, like that, the freighters and the ships flying. Well, not always when they're flying through your build. That gets a little bit nutty, but just nice scenery. Yep, we got to go the other way. I should have known. All right. Hey. Okay. Hey, so you know, I'm hoping that it was okay. You know, I didn't want to go to, you know what I mean. It should be.
Chat's making me hangry, so I'm gonna head out. There, Cat.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna need to eat before we. I was gonna do more RoboCop, but I think we're gonna finish this. I was gonna not do more RoboCop. I was going to start RoboCop, but I think I'm going to wait till next week for that.
Yeah.
So, because I would like to kind of get this to a finished, if not work in progress.
Well, if truth must be known, the one I got the 256 galaxies in was about like 4 years ago, and I found a build I had not finished. I had started, and I got about halfway through it and stopped. So now I'm working on that one.
I'd be curious
for
to
4
see.
years ago.
Love to see, you know, builds that I may have uploaded, but no longer, you know, I don't have access to that save, but they're there. Do you know what I mean? Like they were uploaded.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a water filtration build that I did with this like sub tunnel. I want to rebuild that. It was like a submarine. You know, you took the Nautilin through it, and it had lights and doors, and
Oh, cool.
it was pretty cool. I would like to do something like that again.
Kind of like a submarine type base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was really kind of based around the Nautilin on that. But the thing is like all the new terrain, you know, trying to find what inspired that build in the first place to still be existing is probably not. Much like the ER caverns, you know. All right, then we double check, make sure that.
Make sure you save your progress.
And a couple of the lights were missing. All right, so we're gonna have to redo the lights on some of those. I don't know how, but I might just do it by hand. I don't know if I can turn them or not, though. Because I don't know if... Well, I can... You know what? I know what I'll do. And I think I bet you that's what I did in the first place. I put them in with the paver. I bet you I brought the paver down.
Mhm.
All right, that's the least of my worries right now, is putting that red light in. All right, I believe my friend is here, so I'm going to bid my adieus. I'm not sure if there's anybody on, but if there is, I'm sorry if I didn't offer up the raid. I will be back in a couple of hours. Just, you know, do the notification bell, or if you're part of my Discord, it'll tell you when I'm jumping back on, but I want to come and kind of finish this tonight before I have to go this evening, because I got to work tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, thank you all for being here. And hopefully we'll see y'all in a few. Until the next time later on today, this has been me, Kevin C. here, thanking everybody who's been in the Discord chat. And My friend just was like, knock, knock. So until next time, y'all, this has been me, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming, wishing all of you out there in the No Man's Skyverse a little bit of love, peace, and Starship grease. Get your action pants on, get out there, start building some wild and wacky stuff. We will see you soon in a couple of hours. Take care, y'all. Bye, everybody. Thank you, everybody. 07 to those you know we are missing. All right, y'all. We'll see you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Action Pants Gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing pots together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.